Do we have an answer? Very good. Wonderful. Great job. Any questions?
How'd you get the how'd you get
Which part?
the one that you just did?
From which step to which step?
Like, okay.
It's the end of the semester. Thank you. I'm tired too. I need some help. Excellent. Yes, Sylvia?
No, I'm trying to figure out how come -1 and -6 deal with.
Say it again. Because the sum is -5. And the product is +6.
Oh, okay.
You have to start with the product. The product is positive, which means both numbers have the same sign. Otherwise, you will not get the product to be +6.
Okay.
Is that better? Everyone on the same page? Okay, can I choose the next? Okay. See? It's time for me to, at the end of the semester, I just stand here and you do the work. Okay, let's look at 20. On page 436. X squared plus 5x equals 14.
That's 436. Okay. That's fine.
Yes. And then 25. 6x squared equals 15x. Let's work on these two problems. Can you imagine finishing this chapter like 2 weeks from now? We would have not been able to review this much. Good. Okay, so we are back to number 20. Any first step? Very good, because it's quadratic and I have to set it equal to 0. Correct. Now,
Find two numbers that equal positive 5.
two numbers whose product is negative 14, which means one negative and one positive, and whose sum is positive 5.
-2 and 7.
Yes. X plus 7, x minus 2.
So how do you know what order to put them in?
It doesn't matter. 2 times 3 is 3
Long as
times
you
2.
have- Okay.
So then the options are,
2 and negative stuff.
good. Number 25, please.
Number 15. I thought it was 6x squared minus 15x equals 0.
Excellent.
There's a lot of 3.
I want to divide both sides to simplify this equation, and I will never divide by x. I'm not allowed to. But I'm allowed to divide both sides by,
3.
because dividing both sides of an equation by 3 will not change the solutions. So then I have, good. What do I do next? It's a binomial. It's in descending order. Please, please. Thank you. So please give me the options.
X equals 0.
Right. Very good. We're working on 22 now. Kara, are you okay? Are you working on it? Give it a shot. Can anyone give us an idea about 22? Just a hint or an idea or anything that you want to say about it? Yes. Never ever, because I have 0 and I have a factor. I will never do that. It will take me like forever, and then I have to go back and factor it.
And everything's 0.
Yes, except one factor, which is 3. 3. So please remember, this is what I would do. Divide both sides by 3. Because if I see 3 equals 0, I'll be very upset. So then, x equals?
0.
X equals?
2.
Excellent. X equals? Careful.
Negative.
We move 4 to the other side. Right. Good. Now 15 is not an equation. 15 is we're asked to factor completely.
So what did you do with this? Oh, so you divide by the 3 to get rid of the 3 in front?
Yes, exactly what we did here, to divide both sides by 3 to simplify. Exactly the same step. We are allowed to divide by 3. We're not allowed to divide by x.
I see. Well, since this is not in order, would it be
Yes?
x to the 5
So how do I write it?
x to the 5?
I can't remove the term and forget its sign.
Okay, so negative.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Good. So now, careful. No, I cannot change this into an equation. I'm told factor.
Factor out the negative.
Very good. Negative and the greatest common factor, which is x. What is left in parentheses? Now nothing can go away because this is not an equation. So what we have in parentheses?
X to the 1 plus
Careful, careful.
This seems to be close.
Let's check. Negative x times x to the fourth is this, but it's negative
Has to be a negative.
1. Negative x times negative 1 is positive x. If I write x, then I'll have x squared. So now let's talk about x squared minus x to the fourth minus 1. Can anyone say anything about x to the fourth minus 1?
Square.
Difference of squares. Very good. What is it? Wonderful. Wonderful. Good. So then, since this is the sum of, it's not exactly, but what about this? Very good. As you see, nothing disappears here. This is not an equation. What about 7? X squared plus x minus 10. And then 77 and 78. Can anyone say anything about number 7?
Is that sum of squares?
The sum of squares will be a binomial. There is no sum of squares for a trinomial. So, can anyone say anything about number 7? Thank you. We can find two numbers whose product is negative 10 and whose sum is 1. They don't exist. Good. We're working on number 77, please. Can anyone suggest anything? I can't. It's not an equation. I can divide only if I have the right-hand side as well, but this is not an equation. Everything has to stay, every little piece. So it's in descending order, and excellent. So then we have x squared plus 4x plus 4. Good. How do I address x squared plus 4x plus 4? Say it again.
X
Correct, because the first term is a perfect square, the last term is a perfect square. I expect this, but I have to check the middle term. 2 times the first times the second, yes. Any questions? Any questions?
Only except zero, divide both sides.
Yes, only if you're given an equation and you're asked to solve. But if you're asked to factor, you can disregard, you can remove any of the factors. Everything has to stay, because then if you remove this, this is not that. Okay. Are we done with chapter 6, or we want to move? Oh, I said 78, I think. Yes, I did say so. I'm sorry? So you don't want to go back to 5? Yes. Yes, we'll go back. 78. So 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. This was always my hope, but I never thought that my students would love chapter 6, ever. But that was my hope.
It's not so much longer.
But it's fun, isn't it? In a way. Okay,
It's a challenge.
good. I know I can please everyone. Okay, ready?
That's five. Negative one. And five. That's sum of five. Eight and negative three.
Okay, so if 77 wasn't able to be factored, we would have done it like this.
Say it again. If
77 couldn't have been,
yes,
we
yes,
would have done it like this.
exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
because this is where I don't know when to multiply the front number by the back number.
When the leading coefficient is not 1.
You say then it can't.
When the
be
leading
factored,
coefficient is not 1,
then you can't.
then you have to,
factor
and you cannot factor out the leading coefficient. Is that okay? So in the previous example, we had 5, but we were able to factor it, so it ended up with 1 leading as a leading coefficient. But this was even a special product. So, okay, so from the first 2, what will you pull out? What is left? What will you get from the other 2? Negative, yes, be very careful. So then this is x plus 4 times 2x minus 3. Are we okay with chapter 6? Can we go back and review chapter 5?
So how do you know when you have to rewrite it like this?
When the leading coefficient is not 1 and you cannot pull out that 2. So for example, if this was, let's say, 6, I would have factored out a 2, and then the polynomial would have a leading coefficient of 1, and I would have not gone through all these steps. But in this case, I have to multiply 2 by negative 12 because there is nothing I can factor out. Do we need anything else from chapter 6? Between now and Tuesday, you have to do all problems at the end of the chapter 6, and you have to look at those highlights. I think that they're extremely helpful. They will help you understand chapter 6. So here they are, okay? Highlights, 431, 432, 433, concept with example. Concept with example. It's a summary of the entire chapter, okay? It starts in highlights, 431. And then you have chapter 6 review and you have chapter 6 test. So the whole thing is from 431 through 437. Page 431 to 437. This should be done, all of them, between now and Tuesday. No, Thursday is the test. December 1st is the test. So now about 50% of these, or maybe even 60% of all these problems are done in class. You will find them in your notes.
This was the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
No. It's December 1st. Test is December 1st on Thursday. Okay, are we done with chapter 6? Is there anything from chapter 6 that you will say, I want to see one more? Yes. She's looking. It is crucial to redo all problems we did. I mean, if you just redo the problems we did in class, you'll have like 100 problems already from chapter 6.
And that's all.
It seems like,
In your notes.
yeah, if you at least do those, redo them.
But that's what I've been doing, trying to understand how you've been getting your answers.
So we review again chapter 6 on Tuesday.
Okay.
So can I go back to chapter 5 now? Okay. Again, at the end, you have highlights, 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 and review. Right here, page 365. Highlights, concept, definitions, and examples. Concept, definitions, and examples. So everything should be done between now and Tuesday. So you can ask questions. Come back with a list of questions and problems. One more time, let me write the page number. So page 365 through 371. Again, 50%, 60% of those problems were done. So I'm going back. Okay. First problem, 14 on page 367. Negative 5y cubed times 4y to the 4th. I think I'm just selecting the same problems again. I'm not sure. So I think we did that. Yep. Yeah, if there is no symbol, yes. Yes. On Tuesday, I have to bring a different book. I don't have anything else to choose. Say it again. Right. I believe that. We did it sometime. So can anyone give us the answer? Good. See, I don't know what else to choose. Maybe you want to choose. Can you choose for me? Because I don't really know what else to choose from here. Let's say 36. In 36, we're asked to 9y squared plus 30y plus 25. I will ask you to find the degree. What is the degree of this polynomial? One more time.
3.
One more time. 2. Degree of this is 2. Degree of this is 1. Degree of this is 0. I have to choose the highest degree, so degree is 2. What is the leading term?
9.
Leading term. 9y squared. Leading coefficient. 9. Very good. Okay. Let's combine like terms. Let's say and add 46. 2x to the 5th plus 3x to the 4th plus 4x cubed plus 5x squared plus, and this is in parentheses, it shouldn't be, but anyway, 4x squared plus 7x plus 6. Please combine like terms. Add these two polynomials. And then 48. Okay, do we have an answer for the first one? First of all, when you look here, you will identify the degree first. What is a degree? Good. So then this is the first one and the only one with degree 5. So it goes in first. Then?
Plus 3x to the 4th.
Correct.
Plus 4x to the 3rd.
Correct.
Plus 9x squared.
Correct.
Plus 7x plus 6.
Good. How many terms does this polynomial have?
6 terms.
6 terms. Degree. Very good. Leading term.
2.
Term
2.
to the 5th. Leading coefficient. 2. Very good. Let's work on 48. Bless you. Can anyone dictate the first step? So 3x squared minus 7xy plus 7y squared. Of course, I will not ask you about the degree here. I shouldn't say of course. I can, but we should start with x squared and then the terms with x and then the terms with no x. So we are basically arranging it in descending order based on powers of x. So what will be the first term? Negative x squared.
Minus 6xy.
Minus 6xy.
Minus 15y squared.
Careful.
Minus 2.
Minus 2y squared. Very good. Okay. Let's look at problem 54. Any questions on this? '54. With the ownership of computers growing rapidly, the market for new software is also increasing. The revenue for software publishers in millions of dollars in the United States from 2001 through 2006, and yes, you will have word problems on your test, can be represented by the polynomial, because I knew that was coming.
So how many problems on the test?
Enough. 7 x squared minus 228 to keep you busy for 2 hours. Where x is the number of years since 2001.
Just read it
754. Yes, you're right. I'm just writing while standing, and that's, I apologize. So number of years since 2001. Use this model to find the revenues from software sales in 2009. So one more time, we're given a function. Honestly, they shouldn't give the function notation here because we haven't talked about the function notation, but they do, so that's okay. 80134, yes. So x is the number of years since 2001, and we're asked to find the revenue in 2009. What are we asked to do? Which means x equals 8. Excellent. So x equals 7, so I have to find f of 7. Very good. I mean, it's 8. I'm sorry. I wrote, yeah, of course. So then, 754 multiplied by 8 squared, which is 64, minus 228 multiplied by 8 plus 80,134. So I would like to show you how to do this on the calculator.
Oh, okay, that was fast.
So if you have your calculators, I have a calculator here. If you want to use it, you can. In y equals, you're clear if you have anything in there. And I would put this function in, which is 754 multiplied by x. This is x right here, squared, minus 228x, minus 228x, and plus 80,134. 80,134. It's right here on this first column, x squared.
Okay.
And the x is right here. You have to put this x first. You have to put this x first and then the square. Okay, do we all have the function in? Yes? Now I would like to evaluate this function, in this case for 8, but I can evaluate it for anything I want. So, however, it says for number of years between 2001 and 2006, and they are just assuming that the function, the model, continues to be valid beyond 2006, which is a risky assumption, but they are asking us, assuming that the model continues to be valid. So then I go to second and table, and make sure that, first of all, second and table set, and make sure that your independent variable is in the ask mode. Independent only in the ask mode. So we go to second and table set, and come down, scroll to the right, and press enter at ask mode. Do we all have that? Anyone wants to use my calculator?
So both should be as.
No, just the independent.
Okay.
Are we okay? Are we okay? Are we okay? Okay, so then I go to second and table. Second and table. And punch in. What am I punching in?
Blank.
That's good. I used it for other things. That's why mine is not blank.
Oh.
That's okay. So what am I punching in? 8. Very good. 8 and enter. Oh, look at that. So you can go back up and to the right to see the entire number, if in case it's truncated because there is not enough room. So 126,566 what? 126,566 what? US dollars, right? It's the revenue. What if I want now to check what happened in 2002? What will I plug in? 1, very good. What if I want to check what happened? What was the revenue in 2006? What do I plug in? 5 and enter. And I continue as long as I want.
So that's a lot of time.
Exactly. Thank you.
And real quick, just so I
Yes.
I'm trying to remember, what
Yes.
was where did you go to change to the independent?
Table set. The second one from left to right. Second and
Table
table set.
Okay. And make sure independent is under asks.
Just the independent, not the dependent.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
But how did you get to the second screen?
With second and table.
Oh, okay.
And now punching 8. Let me see the function. Yeah, it appears to be right, but I'm not sure why. Yeah, everything is right. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Yeah, something is wrong with the function. Let's start again. So what was the function, anybody? Everybody? 7, what was it? 754? X squared minus 228x and plus 80134. Okay, now second in table. And with 8, you're getting correct. See? With 6, you're getting correct. With 1, you're getting correct. Maybe you used the minus that was not the operational minus, but the sign minus. Who knows?
Yeah,
Something
maybe.
wasn't right. Good. Any questions? Okay, next problem. Multiplication, please. Problem 60. 6b to the third minus 4b plus 2 and everything multiplied by 7b. Then 68. 3x plus 5 everything squared. Please use the special product. And then 71. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that.